Hey everyone, welcome to another episode about the preparations for the Lego Train T-Rex crash. Last episode I was talking about the camera dolly that I built, and it has two battery boxes in series to get some extra power to the motor, and it has a GoPro on top of it. And what actually will happen is that the camera dolly will run down a track. It picks up maximum speed around here, and then it continues its path through the crossing, and that is the point that it's actually interesting to start recording. It's recording the whole way, but this is the point that I'm going to use the footage, and it's going to be braked by the magnets over here. So now the whole thing for doing it like this is to make a matrix-like shot. So when the trains crash into the dyno, I want to have a shot like that, shooting it like a rotating matrix kind of effect. So that's the whole thing. So there's a bit of timing involved, because I want to make the camera dolly pass the crossing right after the trains have passed the crossing. So at that point the locomotives are about to crash into the T-Rex. The camera dolly is here, and during the crash the camera is recording it like that. Well, that's the whole theory, at least. So by doing that, there's some timing involved, because you want to have your camera dolly set up here at the moment that the trains have passed the crossing. So by doing that, I have also installed a microcontroller, which is over here. And this microcontroller here, it has a sensor, and that sensor, when it's hit, it detects it by the camera dolly, and at this point it has a delay, and that delay is variable, of course, but it's now set on 1750 microseconds, and after that delay those train motors are started, and they run through the crossing into the dinosaur, well, at least in the tower right now. So that's the theory. So it's going to be a bit different than what you see now, because now I'm using just two motors, and I'm using that instead of full trains, because every test run I do, and it has been like, I don't know, 20 test runs or something like that, I have to rebuild the train, so I'm not going to do that. So the timing will be also different when you have full-size trains instead of just two motors. Next to that, the track will be longer to get the motors or the trains full up to full speed. But I can't do that right now. This is just a test setup, because this is also my home office because of the lockdown. So and I do also some workouts here, so it's a multi-purpose room at this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the system up. Well, it's actually already set up. I'm just gonna give a go to the camera dolly. I'm gonna fire it up, and then you see what's gonna happen. I hope I can follow it with the camera. So it's just a matter of enabling these battery boxes here, and then we're good to go. Here we go. Hits the sensor. Well, that's about it. So that was pretty fast. So I'm going to show you once again. I set it all up again. So now I'm going to concentrate right away on the crossing, and let's see how that works out. Run to this direction here. Here it comes. Oh, I forgot. I had to reset that controller too. Alright, take 3. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Well, something like that. You could see that the delay was a bit long, and there was still a bit of, I don't know, there was a distance about 8 or 10 studs or something like that. Oops. That's also a problem. I had the dolly programmed to ride back again on the track, and normally it did that, but it stopped doing that, and it's not a program. When I tested on my desk, there's no problem. So what I believe is happening is that the voltages of the battery boxes are getting down because of the actual braking and the amount of current running through the motor. and because of that, they end up below the minimum voltage for the power of the microcontroller, the Arduino. In that case, the Arduino resets itself, and that's why you see it run again. So that's that. Now you know the system, it works. I'm gonna fine tune it once I'm actually gonna do the whole crash by using the trains and the long track here. So let's have a look at the landscaping that I was working on. So this is the landscape that I'm working on. As you can see, I installed a fence, which actually looks like the fence of the original Jurassic Park movie. It has 9 wires above them, like the original one, and also the red and blue light that you see here is according to the movie. So it's a nice detail. So I also got this thing going on here, this Jeep, the surface Jeep from the original Jurassic Park movies. I got this on Rebrickable, and MOC bought it and built it. So I actually built 2 of them. So now the landscaping, what's going on right here is, now you can see the tracks, which are reddish brown right now. I'm gonna make it look like, I don't know, like it's a pile of dirt or something like that. And so I need to make something on the sides to level it out a bit. I don't know yet. I just work with what I got. And well, not with only what I got, I also ordered some reddish brown stuff on Bricklink. So busy with that. There's also a nice scene over here, of course, with the T-Rex breaking down the fence. I thought that was a nice addition to the whole thing. Also refer to the first movie. The fence itself, I designed it in studio, and it looks nice. But it's totally not stable. It's very, that's the downside of studios now and then. So you design something that looks nice, but you don't really look at the strength of the whole thing. So it's fine. It doesn't get hit or anything like that. At least I don't think so. It would be cool though. But since the force is going in that direction, I assume that the fence is left alone. So I just have to make sure that I don't kick it over like I did there. That's the whole thing, by walking around. So this was pure luck, this gap where the camera dolly passes through. I just installed this gate here. I designed the fence. I started building the fence, and in the end I ended up with a gap that fits exactly for the tracks going through it. So that was just pure luck. Well, you gotta be lucky sometimes in life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disguise the whole camera dolly track, because obviously it shouldn't be there. So I'm gonna make it look all 10. At least I try to. I hope I have enough plates for that. And also I ordered for that some plates on Bricklink, because it turned out that I don't have a lot of 10 plates or bricks either. So I always tend to work with the basic colors that were there in the 80s and the 90s. It's still in me. I love the other colors, of course, but I don't know, it's not in my system or something like that. When I think about yellow, I build yellow, and I don't build, I don't know, you got 50 shades of yellow these days, so well, you get the point. So I'm gonna finish the whole landscaping part here. I got a lot of small plant-like things here that I can use to green up the stuff. But I'm starting with a ramp, so it needs to look a bit natural. That is not my strongest point, so I'm gonna try to do my best with that. Furthermore, I have some gaps, of course, between the base plates and the backdrop. But I got also a lot of these plates that you see here. I use them actually in the skyscraper crash as floors for the skyscraping. I'm gonna reuse them now in this particular layout. Is there more to tell you? Well, I was looking about moving the whole thing a bit backwards, so the dinosaur was a bit more in the corner. That would save me some base plates in the end, because I ran out of base plates. I actually had a lot of those. As you can see, I found them everywhere. So I looked very, very carefully on the whole attic, and this is what I could find. But I still need some more, so those are on the way. So I don't exactly know how much it's going to be in the picture, but I just want to fill it up until the backdrop and make sure that everything is set up nicely. I got 2 left here, of course. I built also some palm trees, as you can see. I'm going to place them in between, also here and there. And these things are expensive, by the way. My God. It's the trunks that are expensive. You see the parts of the trunks, they are also from, I don't know, the first Pirates theme. They came up, I believe, something like that in early 90s, late 80s. Nowadays they do it with other stuff, but I don't like it very much. I like the old ones, but they're pretty expensive. I decided to buy them. I can reuse them, of course. I totally love the light green color instead of the normal green, which is a bit darker. So that's a huge plus. So that's about it. I can tell you for the landscaping. You've seen the control system working. So I'm gonna do a video when the whole landscape is done, and then we start shooting the video. Maybe gonna do a work in progress episode about that too, because with these crash videos, there's always something that doesn't go well. So maybe that's also fun to see in a video in the Work in Progress channel. So, alright, that's about it. Thank you for watching. If you have any cool ideas about making the whole thing a bit funnier, for example, I'm gonna place a Terminator on top of a train, like gonna get a dinosaur. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I have also an idea with the aliens. They're gonna be used in this video as well. But if you have any other suggestions, please let me know, and I can see if I can incorporate that as well. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Hit the like button if you like this video, and see you next time. Bye.